Okay, so we're now on step 6, which is creating a cache for Moodle, and we're going to set up AWS Elasticache. What that is we'll go back to our diagram and we'll just go back and this is what the cache will do. So whenever we do a SQL query, we're actually going to check the cache first if it exists, and if it doesn't exist yet, then we go to the database. But if it exists, it just goes straight back. So this will save our database some load by having, like, this is basically a cache of common database queries. Okay, so how are we gonna go set that up? Let's go start now. So basically, I have my file. I think I have my file over here. Okay, and the first thing we're gonna do is we have to prepare the server, the PHP version to access Redis. Okay, so you have two options in AWS. You have Memcache and Redis. So here we're gonna do Redis, and you're just gonna type that sudo yum install php redis, and here you can already see it's installed, but that's what you would type. And then you'd probably do a reboot or sudo systemctl reboot or something just to reboot your server and make sure everything's there. Okay, so now that your server is set up, we're actually gonna go and create a cache. So what you're gonna type is you're gonna go here, you're gonna type Elasticache. Okay. And then you're gonna press Redis, and then you're gonna click create. Okay, so next is you put a name. Okay, AWS/Redis demo, and then that's gonna be the port. I used the smallest. I went to T2 micro. Maybe that's why it's running a bit slow, but it's free. Replicas number of 0. And then I put no backups. Okay, so and then there are all these things you can add, like a slow log. You could send it to a certain place and a certain destination, like CloudWatch, etc. So there are certain logs, and then you click create, and then you're pretty much done. So once you have created that cache, it's gonna show up here. And here I already have it created. So all you do is you just click the description, and you get the endpoint. Okay, so here we'll just copy that endpoint. And the first thing we're gonna do is go to Moodle and install that endpoint. So I'm gonna go click site administration here. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna go to plugins and actually install it as a plugin. So here we're gonna click plugins, and then we're gonna go click caching configuration. Okay, so I'll just open it in a new tab so I can get back to that tab. Okay, and then once we're there, we're gonna actually install the instance of our Elasticache server. So here you already see it added. You'll see Redis. What you'll click is add instance. There. And all you'll have to do here is copy paste the string from Elasticache. So when you type it, you'll just type something like AWS Redis Elasticache, and then you just pretty much paste the server you got from AWS. So it's AWS Moodle demo Redis 6379. Okay, so that's how you go and that store, and then you'll click save changes. Now let's go back to our Moodle. And once we were done configuring it, we can test it. So the next thing is we can test here, and we will add it as a test server here under Redis. So right click Redis, open in a new tab, and then it's actually going to show me the Redis tab. So in the test server, all you're going to do is, again, the same connection string, you just paste that, and then you can see here port 6379 comes out. Okay, so and then you click save changes. Once you see that's working, and then it gives you a happy correct message, you can see and test it out in Moodle by actually going to test performance. And here it's gonna test how our caches work. So if ever you want things to run a bit better, you could increase the sizes of your cache, or if you want, try Memcache, or any other cache mechanism. So here we could see this would be the performance of the file cache, which they tested, versus the performance of the Redis cache. And then you could just try different cache methods, like so AWS supports both Memcache and Redis, or you could just use the file cache, which runs on your local disk. Okay, so that is it for installing AWS Elasticache.